What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Hold Husband Podcast. I'm your host, Terry Duran. I got both of my co-hosts on the line with me. I got my man, Jay Babo. What's good, bro?
Not much, man. Looking forward to once again another great episode. Also looking forward to Super Bowl Sunday, man. Hopefully y'all win y'all bets, parlays, whatever y'all betted on over there. But want to remind you, you catch us on TikTok as well. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Hold Husband Podcast. And for those interested in promos or shout outs, you can shoot us a DM on IG at Hold Husband Podcast, or you can shoot us an email at holdhusbandpodcast@gmail.com. All right, T.
I also got my man SD in the building. What's good, man?
Nothing, man. Just another day, another dollar. A little tired, but we're going to get through it. But first, let me give you a shout out to Brother Soul Productions for always keeping the background audio fresh. And I want to remind you all to donate to the Hold a Husband podcast on Cash App and PayPal. All right, T.
I want to remind everybody that y'all can catch the audio playback of the podcast every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on thecore94.com. Tonight's episode is titled Package Deal. And we wanted to have a discussion about stepdads and what it means for a man to take care of another man's child. So I think that'll be a real interesting conversation for a little bit later. But y'all know how we do it around here, man. We like to discuss stuff that we've seen trending or on our timelines. We got a couple interesting videos today. This first video is a woman talking about how her and a lot of her married friends settled for men that they didn't actually want to be with. Let's take a listen.
Settling with you. I have girlfriends in marriages right now who have settled with the nice, safe, secure guy we weren't all that attracted to. We didn't really want that much. We didn't have any chemistry with. We had meh sex with because we had to. Because the guy we actually felt passion and chemistry for doesn't want us. Or makes us so emotionally unhinged and erratic that we can't look ourselves in the mirror anymore. Normally, those guys that we settle for don't make it happen. To us, it's like, well, damn, if you're putting up with it, well, okay, cool. If you're still here, cool. When you want to go, that's fine. But in the meantime, I got no one else. You're here to give it. Cool. I accept. But my God, I see how pathetic you are, and I will definitely use that to my advantage. We'd leave you in a heartbeat if someone better came along.
Damn, that's cold, man.
That is.
Unfortunately, this represents the mindset of a lot of women. I believe the term for it is hypergamy.
Hypergamy.
Yeah, I think hypergamy, where women are just constantly looking for a better opportunity. I guess I mean, from a male perspective, I just always wanted to make sure I was not that dude. Like, you should be able to tell when a woman's really feeling you or not. And so it's not your job to try to convince her to date you or beg her to give you a chance. Like, those are lessons that I learned in high school. And that learning that will help you avoid women like this.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And staying out of the friend zone. Because that's where them dudes hang out at.
Yep.
That's where those guys hang out at. They don't really like him. But he's the safe, secure guy. Like she said, the safe, secure guy, a lot of times they're not really attracted to him. He might not be physically what they want. His personality might not be nice, but whatever the case. But when all else fails, they will take him and not really be into him like that. You know what I'm saying? But if he got something that, like she said, they can use to their advantage, like his money. Right?
Yep.
They can come here, they can still work and save their money, and he gonna pay all the bills because he wants to keep her happy because she finally gave him a shot and he don't want to mess that up. But what happens is a lot of times with these here types of situations is the woman either gets a kid out of him and then divorces him, or waits enough time to where she can get some money out of him through divorce and be cheating on the side, or like she said, if somebody better comes along, we gone.
Yeah.
But they want that baby, man. So you really got to pay attention out here when you vetting these here women, because a lot of them like chameleons. They like chameleons and they'll adapt, you know what I'm saying, to different situations as well, just like men do for sex. Women do it for rings and relationships. So you got
to secure that bag.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, she read a lot of these women's mail over here, putting that out there. because this is far from an anomaly here, right? You know, if a woman wants to get married, because she knows once the guy either marries her or has a child by her, she has all the leverage here because what she has the state behind her. But I think, and this is what fellas, you got to be able to read the room. See, she really fools with you like that. If she's really into you for real. And there's situations like these where, unfortunately, they can become dangerous or fatal. If you watch any crazy crime TV shows on the ID channel, it usually starts like this: the woman that settled, it's not the guy that she really wants, and she, you know, she's with him for X amount of years.
Life insurance.
Yep. She had nothing but contempt towards him, and you know, she get what the side do, and they end up setting him up to get killed and try to get that life insurance money. It's like SD said, it's a cold world out here, man.
Yeah, I mean, women have a lot of motives, and we know that a large, I mean, I don't know exactly what the percentage is, but a lot of women use the relationships and sex to get what they want out of men. This kind of made me think of another situation that I guess we could have had on the trending topic of Drea getting pregnant by the Houston Rockets player Jalen Green, that's only 21 years old, which is the same age as her son. So I just, she secured the bag though. He's a young NBA superstar, so she has won from the female perspective. Even though I think she already had a baby by the NFL
Orlando Scandrick.
So she's been hitting the baby mama lottery for a long time. But this is on Jalen Green. If this is true, if he's really the baby daddy, that's your bad. You the crash for smashing a 40-year-old guy. You know what I'm saying? Like raw.
But fellas don't understand. Listen, women will go out here and have survival sex, meaning they will have sex with a dude for a place to stay, a roof over head, a guy that's gonna pay the bills. Women will resort to that if you ain't careful, fellas.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, it's a cold world out here for men and women because men use words and acts of service in order to get sex from women, knowing that that's important to a lot of women. So women just use their sexuality, their words, and their femininity in order to charm a dude, to get him to invest in her to where she can get his money. A lot of women do that. And you know, like I said, you got to be really smart out here while you out here dating, man, because a lot of these women are slick. They slick, but you can't put yourself in a situation like Jalen Green did or Zion Williamson or something like that. Like these dudes worth millions of dollars. Y'all got to move better out here, man, and know who you dealing with, and vet people pretty good, because you know you get caught up out here real quick, man, and become a sucker, and you be sitting there looking,
and you looking like the one of the dudes she described in the video. Because, like, I guess I can understand how a lot of those guys, you know, like the lanes with money, who even though they got the mansion and the cars and all these type of things, they 5'6", or, you know what I'm saying, like that they have something that or some hurdle to women that they really can't seem to overcome. So I can understand why they settle for situations like this where they know the girl don't really feel them like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? I guess if you have to look at it from that perspective. But like I said, man, that was one of my life goals. Like as a kid, I always looked up to guys that had attractive women. I couldn't look at dudes. And tell how much they made, but bro, you pull up with a unattractive wife, that I'm definitely not envious of your position in life. And so,
so where it go?
Like,
man, whatever you do, I don't want to do that. Like, bro, where you work at? I don't want no job over there. No way. No way. I don't want no job at AT&T. This was your wife?
Well, for some dude, you can look at them and you be like, all right, they're on the same level. I can see how they end up together. But man, I always just try to put myself in the upper tier of guys. And that's always kind of how I evaluated myself among my peers. And so when you do that and you go out, you have a very good chance of attracting the attractive women in the course. club, the party, the wherever you at. If you actually work on yourself, starting from your teenage years.
Yeah, man. But a lot of them dudes, they don't even see the trick coming, man. They don't even see it. They
I don't see how though.
They don't see it because they so lame and they're so infatuated with the woman and so happy that they got the woman that they don't see the game coming. Hey, look, it's another guy that throw a football around that got a singer. I think he gonna see it in a couple years. Like it's gonna happen, man. It happens to a lot of dudes out here. You know what I'm saying? It happens to a lot of guys out here. Go ahead.
But okay, so the guys that are like in professional athletes or whatnot that actually went to college. You mean to tell me Zion Williamson don't know but no bad chicks from Duke that he could get with that are not Instagram models or porn stars or strippers, etc. Like, I mean, bro,
you can.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like, get a cheerleader. You can find attractive women that are not thoughts.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you
gotta understand who you dealing with. If you dealing with either a young dude, a lame dude, or a guy that just has no swag, no personality, or completely out of shape, that man will take whatever he can get. Even though he got millions of dollars, he's still 20, 21 years old. So he ain't thinking about it like that. This dude gonna hit everything he can hit. It don't matter who it is, one of these here chicks, he's gonna hit it. That's just the way that it goes. You know, he just being stupid with it and hitting them wrong. Because he got a stripper pregnant, I think. I think his baby mama is a stripper or something like that. Like the dude just full of bad decisions to have $100 million. Like he ain't got no guidance, no nothing, man, to be out here doing this. But these here women know these here type of dudes.
They target them.
Of course, they look at how they dress, they listen to how they talk, and they be like, "Oh man, I can get him."
Right. But when you're a professional athlete, your salary is public information. All you gotta do is Google search the salary, and they tell you how much you're worth and everything.
Man, these here helpers standing outside trying to get plumbers. So you know good well they'll get a professional athlete.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's why it would make it so much more difficult to find a woman that's sincere. Like LeBron laid the blueprint. Got with a solid woman that he knew from high school. Now, you'd have to be a damn fool to think LeBron ain't done nothing on the side or nothing out of his entire life. But you ain't never seen him in no scandal. He you know what I'm saying? He took care of home. He did it the way that you're supposed to do it if you're going to do anything. Why can't other dudes follow that model? Because his wife ain't got him out here looking stupid. She ain't, you know what I'm saying? She's not Kim Kardashian and trying to come up with a brand and trying to sell 1 million products. She stay in her lane and enjoy her position in life.
And she fine. That woman is fine.
Yeah, she is.
Like you got to give it to her, man. Like LeBron got him a winner, and we don't know her behind the scenes. None of that.
BBL, like, natural beauty, been attractive the whole time.
LeBron got him a winner. I got to give it to him, man, because she don't be, like you said, out here trying to show out and be twerking and all in the limelight. She just stay on in the back, play a position, drive a Rolls Royce, and spend his money. Like, that's what it is. But one thing you can't say about her is that she's like these chicks in the video. You can't say that because she been there from grammar school or something, or high school. They was together.
Yeah.
He didn't have much. He playing ball in school. She might think he going to the NBA, but so do 1 million other dudes, right? So I mean, she been there she was shooting with him in the gym. So, you know, she gets everything she got coming. But these here other chicks, they scandalous, man. That's why, fellas, if you gonna get married and you got some things going on with yourself, get a prenup. And if you don't want no more kids, go get a vasectomy. Took me 20 minutes. I was out. I just had to wear that big diaper. I'm serious. Like, I just had to wear a big diaper for like 4 days. But man, go get you a vasectomy and get your prenup and stuff drawn up by an attorney and her an attorney. That way both of y'all can sign a prenup, because it's a lot of scandalous chicks out here. If she really there for you, she ain't gonna have no problem doing it.
All right. let's keep things rolling, man. This next post is a post that I came across. It reminded me of you, SD, when I saw it. It was a guy evaluating the things that he pays attention to when he comes across a woman's Instagram to determine if she's dateable or not. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
If I look at a girl Instagram, I look at two things. Can I show my mom this girl's Instagram without scrolling, without having to hide stuff? Can I show her that Instagram? And then two, would I want my daughter to be like this girl? If it's a no to either one of those, I'm cool.
That's fair. That's
Makes sense.
because like I said, man, you can almost tell instantly the level of respect a woman has for herself based on what she posts. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing. There are wife material women that go to parties and go to clubs, but they handle themselves different than other chicks. You're not gonna see they panties in their story and all over their page, and all they pictures is with their legs wide open and all that type of stuff. Like, they're not going out of their way to generate extra sexual attention. And I think that's the underlying theme of what he was referring to.
Yeah, man. I pay attention to those things. I pay attention to how you dress, how you post, how you talk, how you behave. I pay attention to all that stuff, man. Just today, it was a young lady on Kendra G's show. Mm-hmm. She had a bad date experience with a guy, and she like, yeah, I'm back out here dating. Nice looking woman. I went to her page. What do I see? Big chocolate areolas on her picture. Now, don't get me wrong. I love them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't double tap it, but I looked at her page and it's titties and turned around and showing off her booty, and I mean a sheer shirt with the titties off. And I'm like, no wonder you had a bad dating experience and dude, dealt with you for a little while, then left you alone. You're selling sex. Yep. You're advertising sex. When you advertise sex, dudes are not gonna come to you to buy a wife. That's not what you advertising. That's like going to McDonald's and you want chicken wings. They don't advertise chicken wings. So why would you go into McDonald's looking for chicken wings? It don't make no sense. And the women don't understand it. They claim that they want husbands, but they advertising that they're a hoe. In men's eyes, we talking about. Not that you really a hoe, because you might.
That's how you're gonna be. I mean, perception is initially what's gonna make a man shoot a shot at you or not.
This is what I be trying to get them to understand. So when I went to Shorty page, I was like, oh no, I can't even move like that, because again, I can't show my mom her page. I show my dad. He'll be like, oh wow, but my mom will be like, nah.
What is this?
Yeah, you can't bring a woman like that around. You take a woman like that, man, to the crib for Netflix and chill. That's what it is.
Exactly. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Like, the guy that he doesn't want to go showing his mama a woman that's half naked in her lingerie. She got cleavage showing her, she's showing her butt cheeks. Basically, an OnlyFans audition on her page. Oh, why is a guy going to take you serious?
Facts. I mean, to me, I follow lots of women, and if I was single, I know the type of women that I would be looking for. Like you said, they show so much of their lives that I see which ones' lifestyles would align with mine. The ones that have careers, the ones that go to the gym, that you can see them around their family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see how they move. They're not trying to monetize their life. They're not trying to be on vacation in swimsuits on all their pictures. Like, those are all the type of things that, yes, men, that if you're just trying to get attention and you're trying to monetize your sexuality, then go right ahead. But if you want to be somebody that men actually want to get to know and actually deal with somebody they could potentially date for real, you gotta market yourself drastically different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. What we gotta understand is, you dating a man, you're a reflection of that man. So if that man's dating you and your page looks like you're auditioning for OnlyFans, that's gonna look bad on him. And a man don't want somebody that's gonna cause any sort of embarrassment. So, like Esther, you say all the time, your social media is your dating resume.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, hey man, quality men, that actually want relationships and marriage, they look for certain things, and this is another. They look for wife equalities because he's a husband material man, but they just don't get it, man. That how they behave and the different things that they do on social media turns quality men off. And this is what I have been telling them the past few months. Like, if a man don't have no requirements for you, he don't care nothing about you. He's just there for a good time, not a long time.
Not a long time.
So if he's all right, if he's all right with you having your titties out and your areolas out and your camel toe out and you posting in sexually provocative things, that means he don't care nothing about you. He don't care what you do. He ain't looking for a wife anyway, so he looking for a hoe. So he just going with the flow and letting you do your thing. Because typically when a man is wants to be serious with a woman or his wife or whatever the case, he cares how she carries herself, how she looks when she go outside. Now, when you have a few of these here dudes that like their girl outside naked, yeah, you'll have those, but those guys are the exceptions. And then you got to look at the guy.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, then you got to look at the type of guy that like that type of stuff, right? And these here women, they just don't understand it. So I completely agree with dude. If I can't show your page to my mom, or I wouldn't want a kid, a daughter that act like you, that dress like you, and that think like you, because the thought too is another thing that you got to pay attention to on social media is how they think. And a lot of times how they think comes out when they post memes. When they post memes and post little captions and different things, read them, fellas. Read their comments on Justin LaBoy's page. Read their comments on LA Boy page. Read their comments on the Shade Room and these different places. Because it'll tell you.
Because they don't,
exactly
they
absolutely
speak freely. And they're among others with similar mindsets. So a lot of times if you see one of them comments that's some bullshit, click on who liked it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a long list, and you'll probably recognize a lot of the pages. Like a lot of these women, even though they may not know that they're doing it, they put themselves in a position where the smart men that have experience and are actually in a position that women are looking for. They recognize those red flags already. You know what I mean? Like, so, like I said, you can get sex from them. You can get attention from a lot of them, but that's not ultimately what a lot of these women want. I think one thing that I think women underestimate, ladies, men can spot an attractive woman even if she's fully dressed. You can have on a full dress, you can have on a work suit, you could post work selfies every day. You know what I'm saying? Like Work Bay and all these type of pages like that, where they're professional women, but they are very attractive. No panties, no thongs, no bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not doing any of those things that put them in the sexual realm.
Nah, honestly, I find to me that's more attractive than posting on there half naked. Yeah, I'll look. Hey, I might even like the picture, but I think it's more attractive, because it's something left to the imagination. There, you're like, wow, let me see what she's about. Let me see what she's talking about over here.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at them titties. So if you're a hoe, keep posting your titties. Don't let us discourage you from posting your titties, hoes. Keep posting your titties. But check this out. I follow women in full hijabs. I'm talking about down to the floor, and face just gorgeous. And I'm like, oh man, look at that. Look at that woman. Now that's the type of woman you want to settle down with. These other chicks is just they just window candy. You just look at them and be like, oh man, she's nice. She got some big titties. But hey, forget that. I'm going over here because Shorty got some big titties too, but they covered up. She's respectable with how she dressed. I'm gonna take Shorty over here all day. But if I'm a hoe and I just want to take you to Pound Town, I'm going over here to the naked chick. And that's why they get
twerking
so much
videos, to the all the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, like you said, promotes sex. And to me, the only reason to do that is to try to get money out of it. But for the women that ain't even monetizing it and you doing it, like, you just a crash dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just you're like, you not I mean, getting free clothes and getting in clubs and all that stuff free, that's at least something out of it. But you gotta choose. You know what I'm saying? If your goal is to have a serious relationship with the husband material man, you have to make certain sacrifices the same way that he has to make certain sacrifices on how he operates to put himself in that position. So
Yep.
it's a give and take on both ends.
Absolutely, man. It's
Yep.
for the guys too. Like most women, if she like a real quality grown type woman and she want to get married, bro, you at the strip club every weekend. This woman gonna be like, nah, he ain't ready. Like it's like this. Like
Yeah.
you gotta be for people that's marriage minded or serious relationship minded. You have to be in the mind space, and you have to be living a life that says to them that you are ready for that type of thing. In most cases, you know what I mean. You have to already be moving like a husband, moving like a wife. Have you ever seen a dude and women will say, oh, he'll make a woman happy one day, or he'll make a good husband. They can see it in
Okay,
him
yeah.
by the
father,
way a great father, by the way he carry himself or something like
It's
that.
easy to spot.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing in women, bro. Like it's the same thing. It's easy to spot a hoe. In most cases, all you gotta do is pay attention to her. Sometimes it's outward. Sometimes you gotta talk to him and look at, like I said, Justin LeBoy page. You'll see him up in there hoe.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, but I think part of the problem that we have in society now is a lot of the women that are or would be considered good women or wife material, etc. A lot of them are envious of the hoes and the thoughts. They feel like the hoes are winning, and they're jealous of their sexual attention. We see them all
Yeah.
over
They always say the
crisis
hoes
or
are winning.
whatnot.
Did
Right,
Curry wife
right.
say that?
Yeah, I was about to say it's been
Yep.
women married to celebrities. Women of all levels kind of feel like this, like that. I guess it's the flip side of guys want to see if they still got it to some degree. Um, so they want this sexual desire and all that, but that's something that women have been able to get their whole lives. Think about that. Most women go around, I mean, especially the attractive ones, their whole lives, they've been rejecting head and dick from majority of the men that they come down.
Yeah.
That's think about
That's a
that.
fact.
That's not what attractive men are doing.
No. No. But attractive men getting rejected most of the time for head. Like, hey, baby, can I get some head? Like most dudes,
It's
get,
sloppy
even the
top.
attractive guys, are getting rejected. I got rejected more than anything. Like, because I was talking to so many women, like, unless you some type of ball player or some model or something like that, then maybe. But the regular guys out here, even the nice looking ones, get rejected out here. Where, especially
Yeah.
for sex, we talking. Whereas
Yeah.
women, man, you go out here and talk to 10 dudes, you're gonna get 9.5 of them to take you and bang you out in the car. That's just what it is. Whereas men don't have them odds. Absolutely.
And that's why
Hell
they have to be able to understand that, all right, I gotta get past physical attraction and sex, because that's something that almost every woman can provide.
Ain't nothing special about it.
Facts.
Ain't nothing special about it. They just don't know it yet. So,
all right, man. Looks like we up against the clock. We about to take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna be getting into tonight's topic, package deal, where we're talking about dating single moms and guys accepting a stepdad role. You are tuned into the Hold a Husband podcast. We'll be back in a minute. Hi, I'm relationship coach and author Terry Duran, and I am pleased to announce that my book, It's Not That Complicated, is finally available as an audiobook. So if you don't like to read, or you just don't have time to read a paperback book, this audiobook is perfect for you. You can listen to it while you're in your car, while you're at work, etc. In the book, I break down how husband material men think and operate in regards to sex, love, and relationships, and I provide real quality insight on how husband material men approach dating. The audiobook is available
They
saying
on
your boy Drake
audible.com
got
and on
a dick
iTunes.
BBL.
All you have to do is go to one of the websites and search for my name, Terry
Oh
Duran.
my
Did you
God,
go download
that's
your copy
crazy
today?
there. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Hold a Husband podcast. Tonight's episode is titled Package Deal. and we're talking about dating single mothers and guys, the mentality to actually step into a stepdad role. So I wanted to start off by asking y'all, do y'all think that stepdads are really appreciated in today's generation?
I say no.
Man, how can I answer this? Are they appreciated? I don't know about appreciated, but wanted, yeah, because so many women have kids. So many more women have kids. I think almost 60% of
Right.
women in our community are single mom have kids, right?
Mhm.
Whereas I think it's 44% of black men in our community got kids. So I mean, it's a lot of single moms out there that's looking for stepdads, but I don't necessarily know that it's that he's appreciated like that. I think that he's wanted,
For the
and
financial benefits.
yeah, like I
Yep.
think he's wanted, but I don't know about appreciated. Especially by the step kid a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough call for me to make. I can't say no and I can't say yeah. It's all dependent on the situation, but as a whole, I don't think that they appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'll say
crazy to see that because
yeah.
obviously we're from a different generation because like we talked about last episode, my father passed away when I was 4. And so my sister and brother's dad was my stepdad and taught me the stuff that I needed to know how to cook stuff, what I'm saying, how to change a tire, how to do the basics of being a man. So I was actually able to see a man go to work and provide and do all the things it takes to hold your family down. So I was always very appreciative of that because I was aware that he wasn't my biological dad. So I was always like, well, I'm always gonna show you respect because you did stuff for me that you didn't have to do. You know what I mean? Like, and now with social media, I see a lot of the mentalities a lot of guys have that made me think like, well, damn, a good quality stepdad is very rare and should be vastly appreciated. But then you got the bad guys that give them, I guess, the stepdad a bad rap. Um, what were your
Yeah.
thoughts about it, Jay?
Th- Um, I think the overall majority aren't appreciated. Like you said, I think we look at the bad part of it, and it seems to outweigh the good stepfathers that are out there. Because think about this: you're taking care of a child that isn't yours, that you did not make, right? That's a big time responsibility that you're taking on. So, but from what I see, it's almost like a thankless job. Like what was I mean? Minister Jap said, he said it's like being a volunteer firefighter.
Right.
Yeah. And I think about when I think about appreciation, and then I think about a lot of the moms and how I have dealt with, because I personally prefer to date single moms over
I
women
remember
that
saying
don't
that.
have kids. Yeah. But
Because you have kids.
because I don't want no more.
That's
Oh, that
fair
So
makes
enough.
yeah, like she's more likely not to want anymore. She'll be okay with not having one with me if we get together because she got one already. You know what I'm saying? So I prefer single moms, but the issue that I have personally ran into with more than one single mom is that they don't allow the stepdad to be a disciplinarian to their child that's not his. And to me, that undercuts the stepdad and shows a lack
defeats
of
the purpose.
appreciation. Yeah, it shows a lack of appreciation for what he's trying to do. And again, we're not talking about whooping the kid, or, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff like that, because I don't believe a step parent should be able to, going that far with the kid, whooping them.
Right.
And so I think that they should tell the biological parent, hey, such and such. But they should be able to discipline them, which comes in many forms, not just a physical one. I should be able to tell him, hey, go to your room. I should be able to tell him, nope, you ain't going there. Clean that up. Do this, do that, because he's in the house. He's in
That
my
you
house under
providing.
my roof.
Thanks.
Right. So I, as a stepdad or somebody that wants that job, they should have disciplinary rights over those kids. But today, a lot of women treat their kids like they man or above
Yeah.
the stepdad. I did a survey on it where I asked the women, I said, if you married, who comes first? Your kid, your husband, or you? 75% of women said my kid come first. If you got a kid, I asked them single moms. I asked single moms, who comes first? If it's not the biological dad, 75% of them said my child and then me. The man was last. So when we talk about appreciation, that's a total lack of appreciation. And I couldn't be with a woman like that, because even though I got a kid, if I get married, my son don't come first. My wife comes first. And if I choose the right wife, she's going to do the things that's best for my child, just like she would hers. So I would trust her judgment on that. I'm not going to say, hey, man, my child get to do whatever he want, and what she say don't go because he go first. He's first. Like, no, that's the wrong attitude to have. And that's why a lot of dudes shy away from that. And that ain't even including the attitudes that a lot of the kids have towards the stepdad. And then drama that he could have with the biological dad. So it's a lot of it, which I have also seen personally, where it was issues between the mom and the dad, causing tension with her, which caused tension with us. Like, it's a huge dynamic. And
it's you got to consider. You assume a lot by being a stepdad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a role that, like, you. Well, I take that back. You have dudes that actually care about the kids and develop a bond with the child, and actually have the, they good with kids. They teach them, they play with them, and all that type of stuff. So them going, kind of getting into a stepdad role is just a natural progression when he meets a woman. Yeah. But then you have the dudes that just get with a woman and tolerate the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I think the whole package deal situation gets into effect, because it's like the mom is just so desperate to get some help or to get some financial assistance that they allow a dude that ain't even father material to be a father role to their child.
But sometimes it's even worse than that. Some just want a man, period. He don't even have to have the finances. He'll stay there living up under her like a damn homosexual.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that happens too when the kids don't respect the man, where he just tolerates the kids. You know what I'm saying? Where he just sit around and tolerate them, because some dudes will do that, man, so they can have a place to live, like he said, and different things like that. So, I wouldn't do that. If I don't like your stinking kids, man, forget you and that kid. Like, I'm not finna put up with nothing. I'm not finna put up nothing with this ugly bastard, man. He calling me names. You know what I'm saying? He throwing things at me. Like, I'm not finna put up with that for him just so I can suck your titties every couple days. Forget you and him and them titties. Like, I ain't doing it.
SD, I got a question. Yeah. So when it comes, you said that you prefer single moms. Yeah. How much does the age of her kids play a factor into her,
It plays a huge factor, man, because, I'm retiring in 12 years, right? Mm-hmm. This is my plan, dude. I think ahead. I do not want a chick that's got a 6-month-old or a 1-year-old. And now by the time I retire, this fool 13. You know what I'm saying? Right. And still got 5 years, let's say, under the roof. Man, I want to retire and go. I want to retire and go. So, I would say like 5 or something like that. I would prefer 10 though.
Gotcha. I was just gonna ask you what was the cutoff for a woman having children? Like, what would be the cutoff age for that child before you say for it's deal or no deal for you?
Man, if she a 9 or 10, 5. But if she like a 6, 7, if she like a 6, 7, that kid got to be 10, man. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
I really don't.
You got it on the curve there.
Yeah, I really don't want no more kids, but you never know what'll happen in your life. So that's why I keep fruit snacks and I keep toys. You know what I'm saying? I keep fruit snacks and toys. That way, if I run into a single mom, I got Spider-Man, I got the wrestlers. I got all this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is, man. Like, beating it up around me for a single mom, man. I love being a single mom.
That's the single mom kit. That's what's
single mom starter pack.
That's what's up.
But also, because we talk about the kids and the age, right? That's a big thing. And before, for me, it wasn't. But as I got older, it became a thing, right? And another thing that I also look at is the relationship with the dad, right? The relationship with the dad. Is it turmoil between them two? Because if it's turmoil between them two, that turmoil gonna bleed over into
involve you.
That's
and it's something that I'm gonna have to deal with. So I'd rather they have a good relationship. I'm cool with that. Like, be cordial with each other, be respectful, have a schedule where this kid goes and does his thing with his dad and all this here, or that fool just out the picture. He ain't around or whatever, which is a lot tougher. But
You're assuming more responsibility.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with none of that. None of those issues where y'all arguing about he ain't paid no child support, he ain't gave you no money, the kid need this, and he ain't helping that. I don't want to be in the middle of that because it's a volatile situation that can potentially turn dangerous for me being in the middle of it. So I don't want to personally deal with none of that type of stuff. So it's hard for a lot of them.
SD, what if the father's not there at all? Like, what are your thoughts on that? On dating a woman like that?
I don't mind as long as her mindset is in the right place.
Okay.
As long as her mindset and that kid is well behaved and everything is cool, then okay, it's cool. But listen here, like, I'm not dealing with no nonsense over here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Ladies, you get judged by your parenting.
Oh yeah.
Trust. So if like, that's a major turnoff. Like, I ain't never dated no single mom or anything, but man, something that would get a chick cut off immediately from long-term consideration is having kids that you can't control or take care of. That's just as bad as having a house that you can't maintain. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are things that would immediately get you cut off. Well, not necessarily cut off from sex, but from some serious dating contention.
I wouldn't smash her. I wouldn't smash her. Now, like back then, I would have told shorty up. But now I ain't gonna even try to hit. And this here's another thing that women don't understand. Kids, you having kids negatively affects you in the dating market, regardless of how you feel about it. You can feel however you want. My kids are a blessing. They're a blessing to you. But
I got a question.
Market,
that's one of the questions. Do you consider that to be baggage? Do you consider coming to somebody? That's why there was a post that I wanted to bring up to y'all.
Terry.
It was a post that I put up where it was a husband. He said they had been married 8 years, and his wife just quit her job. You know what I'm saying? And so he's taking it because he makes over 6 figures, and so he's contemplating should he leave the relationship. And I'm like, man, the audacity of some of these single moms, man. True. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come to the relationship with multiple kids and baggage like that, and you just decide to quit your job. But somebody got on me for using the word baggage.
I don't care.
Did she give a rationale? Like, why she could? Like, was there a rationale behind it?
Because he makes 6 figures. Because he makes over 6 figures.
Wow,
bro. Terry, listen, man. This here, because I had a woman do the same thing to me on my live. She was mad I called her kids baggage. Listen, my son is baggage. My son is baggage. You want to know why? Because if you get with me now, now I got this. I got an 11, 12-year-old that's coming over also. That's gonna want to eat and do things and be around the house and gotta go to school, and I might need you to drop him off. So the way I see baggage is that it's anything that you have to be responsible for that you didn't help create. I don't care if it's your student loan. I don't care if it's your baby daddy. I don't care if it's your kid. If I'm going to be partly responsible for it because I married you, it is now baggage for me. Your kids is baggage for me. Your baby daddy is baggage for me. So it might be a blessing to you, but it's baggage to somebody else, regardless of how you feel about it. That's coming in because you're not the biological parent. And that works the same with women in reverse to men. It's baggage. But what you do is you help alleviate that baggage for somebody else by having that great co-parenting relationship where it ain't like they got to be a full-time stepmom. or stepdad because their other parent is also in their life. Get them half the month, take them places and do things with them and all this here other stuff. Like, it's ways to alleviate your baggage. But if you got kids, which is baggage, you got a bad attitude, you don't take care of yourself. Yeah, you got too much negative against you. And that's what a lot of women don't get when they go on Kendra G show. They got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids and they want a top earning man.
Stop it.
And think and the way they talk and think is all messed up, but they don't understand that they got too many negatives against them, and that's what kids do. It's a strike against you.
It is. Here's the thing with a kid, man. This is what I make the analogy. It's having a kid is like it's an immovable object and an immovable expense, right? It's like student loan debt. Student loan debt is the only debt that you can't go default on. You know, it's stuck with you no matter what. Same thing with a child. Until that child's grown to at least 18, that child's stuck with you. You can't unhave the child. So that's what having a child is like. So it is bringing baggage into a relationship, whether you like it or not.
Man, put that little bastard back in the coochie. Take him back.
Now,
take him back.
One of the things that when you're talking about having kids and baggage, I think a lot of guys can get sucked into a situation where a woman has kids already, and then they end up having a joint child together. So I guess they call it a ready-made family or something like that. To where now you didn't have no kids, you had your first child, but you got to inherit 2 additional kids with you. I think that would be overwhelming for me. I can't imagine being in that kind of situation because I think it gets really messy if y'all break up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got the you not my dad factor, and then you got the separate treatment of how you gonna treat your child versus your stepkids. I think that could be a challenge for a lot of people.
Man, listen. I'm not getting with a chick that's got a kid and then having a kid with her. I ain't doing that. Now, a girl that don't got no kid, like, it's a sliver of a chance, a sliver that I might do. It's a sliver there, but not with a woman that's already got a kid, man. Like, you listen, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not, because like you said, it becomes messy. I mean, if something happens, it becomes messy, man. And I'm just past my messy phase.
Yeah, that's where you get into the. It was another post I had up earlier this week about. I had posted it a couple of months back, but it was a daughter questioning her mom about her child support that she gets from her dad, where the dad sends $1,900, but the girl, she's like, when I ask you for something, you tell me no. Use the money on my siblings. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So there were a lot of people that were talking about that situation where when it's multiple dads and they gotta focus on the breadwinner, they gonna divide the Christmas money, the child support money.
Yeah, they gonna do it.
Like,
man, how would I feel about that? How would I feel if I give you $1,500 for my kid?
Yeah, I would feel some type of way about it.
And then you got 3 other kids, and you split that money up, and now my kid gets some Converse. Whoa, wait a minute. I don't know how I feel about that, man. Yeah, like, I would be like he wanted some Jordans and an Xbox and a PlayStation, but he couldn't get it because you.
I mean, but you know what? I've also seen situations like that where they have like one kid's dad buys them stuff, and it creates resentment between the kids because now they jealous of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are lots of different dynamics that can create conflict when it comes to having kids by multiple men. That's why so many guys are adverse to that type of scenario.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. Man.
That's a big risk. Like you said, it's a big risk you take because, you know, like you said, she comes with a already made family. She has 2 kids from 1 or 2 different guys, and you have a kid. It just makes things, and it doesn't work out. Now things is completely messy, complicated here.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that post where the woman was pressuring her husband to adopt her kids.
Mhm.
And I was like, that would be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if she leaves you, now you got to pay child support on the kid that
It
ain't even yours.
happens.
Yeah.
It
Oh yeah,
happens.
I know it happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
boy.
you got to be but that's manipulation. You know, guys do not a lot of stuff out of love or in the name of love. That's really
Lust.
not in their best interest.
Ain't no way. I'm not
Right.
adopting nobody's kid. Don't even
Me
fix your
neither.
mouth to ask me to adopt your kid, man. Look, you crazy. You and that little bastard crazy. Both of y'all crazy. Think I'm gonna adopt him? You got to be kidding. No way. I don't want you to adopt my kid either. Like, no, I ain't doing that. Because, man, listen, if we break up or we divorce and they tell me I gotta pay per month for a kid that ain't mine, oh man. Hey man, me and that. Hey, Jerry, listen, I don't hit kids, but me and Shorty gotta lace them up, bro. We gotta lace them up. Like, we gotta shoot the fair one because ain't no way. But if you look at the
Yeah.
stories out here, it's a lot of stories like that. Where actually it's a guy that I know at work. He retired now, but he had a vasectomy. He was paying child support to his ex-wife. He got married again. Then the girl convinced him to reverse his vasectomy. He did it. Had twins. She divorced them.
Oh
Probably
my God.
the twins wasn't even a
Damn.
year yet. She divorced them, man, and
Wow.
got child support from him. Yeah, and the dude hated women. I never seen no dude hate women like the way that I seen this man hate women. And he was like, man, I don't want nothing to do with no woman. This older white dude. He's like, I don't want nothing to do with no woman, man. These here women, I can't trust them. They scandalous. And he was getting, man, the dude was basically living back home with his parents. And they were old. Yeah, because his ex-wife with the kids was getting them, and then the new one was getting them. So, you know, you got to be careful, man, out here with what you do and how you do it.
Yeah,
Or who you
that's
procreate
crazy,
with, for
man.
that matter.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. They had a kid, and then he adopted her other kids also, the new wife.
Oh.
So they were
yeah.
factored into the child support also. That's where that came from. We talk about that. They were
man.
factored
She
into
took
the
him to the
child support
cleaners,
also.
man.
Yes, he got cleaned out. He got cleaned out.
Man, it's sad to hear, man, but like you said, there's a lot of stories like that where guys are with a woman who's manipulating them or viewing him as a financial asset, and I think that's why there's such a negative perception of single moms and guys, because there's a whole plethora of guys out here that's like, you know, the red pills and all that. Like, man, I wouldn't even consider dating a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, but with the way society is set up, that's who the largest percentage of women seem to be, the single moms.
Yeah.
And something that SD has mentioned before, the only way you really know for a fact she ain't trans is if she got a kid.
Yep.
So
In this day and age, yep.
That's why I love single moms, man. Let me see your
Crazy world
C-section
we live
scar,
in.
boo. Let me see the C-section scar. I need
The
to
stretch
see
marks.
it. I need to see all that. I need to see it. Give me your birth certificate, your first grade pictures, all that. I need to see it. Because you never know.
Some states let you alter them birth certificates now. Certain states let
Man,
you do that now.
Man, listen, though. Hey, man, look, man, let me stop, man, before I get canceled.
So the last thing that I want to ask y'all when it comes to the stepdad thing, do y'all think that that's something that a guy that don't have his own kids should even be considering? Like, if you had a buddy that met a new chick and she had a kid, would you? Is that something you would talk about?
I would say, here's what I would say. I would say, short answer to this, no, I wouldn't tell him to do it. Now, I would say only one exception. What was the situation she had with the person she was had the child with? Was she married? Like, she was married, she was, and let's just say she got divorced. I could see maybe make an exception for that. But let's just say, she had a child, dad is nowhere to be around. Or she has more than one father and don't know what either one of them at. I would say no. I would say red flag right there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's tough. I was saying no at first, but it depends on the situation, because there's some great moms out here. There's some great women that's great moms that's got it together and all those types of things, man, that could be really good. But you know, what I would tell my son, hey man, get you a chick that ain't got no kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, get you a chick that ain't got no kids. That way you ain't got to play daddy to some kid that ain't yours, because it's a thankless job that you get very little appreciation and respect for. You know, so start your own family with somebody else. That's what I would tell my own son.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? You could, like I said, you could get pregnant by a woman and then be y'all's first kid, and she drastically changed after the baby or whatnot. Because that does put a lot of strain on the relationship, especially if y'all are struggling financially. So there are a lot of things that come into play. But most times when we're talking about fatherhood, a majority of that is accidental. You know, like they pull out game was weak. They left it in.
Oh man, mine is.
It's
Tell you that right now. Tell you that right now. I can't do it. My timing is all off. I got spillage. It's spillage all up in. Just when I thought I was pulling back at the right time, I can't do it. I don't know how folks do it, so therefore I just.
So the difference between that and the stepdad is something that you consciously have to choose to do. You know what I mean? Like, so I want to just discuss it in depth. So shout out to all the stepdads out there. We know that there are a lot of kids that need a father figure in their life. A lot of families that need a male figure with the resources and the wisdom that come with the masculinity. So shout out to the guys that are in that role. Like I said, I was raised by a stepfather, so I know how important that can be to a child that may not have a father of their own. But as a single man, it's something that you have to seriously consider, because there are a lot of unknowns and unexpected things that can come as a result of dating a woman that has kids. I guess we are up against the clock, so we're about to get up out of here. But before we do, I want to give a shout out to my man, Brother Soul Productions, for keeping us with our background music. I want to remind y'all to continue supporting the podcast or our Cash App and our PayPal. JNSD, man, I appreciate y'all linking up so we can get this one knocked out. This has been another episode of the Hold a Husband Podcast, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.